Aloha. All right, today we're going to change out the crusher plate or the adjustment plate. This one's cracked several times. Anyways, we've got an MB, the Crushing Evolution. It's a BF 70.2, and the plate is going to be located right in there. Thing you're going to need, this is the replacement plate and the part number. And you've got to get your Allen key. And you take out these. There's 6 bolts that hang onto this or hold this plate on. And okay, we got the plate off. And this is your adjustment spring that's going to adjust the opening of your jaw. And got to take off this other plate down here. It's held on by 2 more bolts. And these are the shim plates. Those plates are what you use to adjust the jaw opening, which determines the size of your rock you're crushing. So got a toolbox right here, and we're gonna loosen up the spring, and then we'll tighten it back down so we can open this guy up as much as possible. The plate is located up in there. That's the old plate. If you can see the crack in there. So that's what we're trying to get out. Right on. Okay, so I got the set screw out, or bolt. So this bolt here runs through this, and it kind of locks everything in place. Right. So what you need to do is you need to back the tension off. Sorry about that. I'm gonna hold this in film. So we're gonna use the big wrench to loosen up the spring, which will allow us to take out these shim plates. Once we have the shim plates out, then we can loosen it up to where we can get that plate out. Okay, now that I have the spring or the bolt backed off the spring, the shim plates, this is what the shim plates look like. I'd say a little fatter than 1/4 inch by maybe 1.5. Is what we're going to do is remove those plates. But when you open that up, they're all going to be flat, and you know, if you've been crushing a while, they may get some dirt, so they're packed in there. Let's come over to this side, and you can see these little slots here. Just use something. I just used the handle of this channel lock and kind of pressed them and push them out so you can grab a hold of them. All right, so where it usually is on the helo side. Get some rain. If you don't like the weather, stick around. So, okay, so we've got the spring loosened up. We've pulled out those shim plates, and now you can see the crack in the plate. Okay, so the plate's going to be sitting in here behind this, in its holder. So lift it up and kind of pull it out so it's sitting right here. And while it's sitting right there, the key to it all is this guy right here. This is the one that's holding that in. I don't know if you can see that right in there. Yeah, so that's holding the plate in. Once I pull that out, then you can slip the plate out and put the new one in. Come on, get in there. Okay, that was a son of a gun. My trusty pry bar. Anyways, once you have that bolt and that spring, you got to get it real loose, and that's going to allow this jaw to drop down as far as possible. So like look between the 2 jaws and make sure they're cleaned out all the way, because any little rock in there won't allow that plate to drop, and you need it to drop as much as possible. Once you do, then the plate, you can drop it down into that pocket, pull the front of it towards you like it is here, and then now we can pull it out and put the new plate in. So get here. So here's the plate out. You see the crack in there, and that's the new plate. So this plate cracked exactly where the other plate did, so it's definitely a design flaw in this machine. I don't know if they need to make it to where it's a different type of steel or something, maybe stronger would be the way to go. Okay, so Here's the new plate in. And the key to that is once you get it in there, just lift it up and set it so it's setting right here. And then once it's setting there, put that first plate in that holds it, because that's the only way you gotta do it. But when you're by yourself, just set it up there and then just kind of wiggle that plate a little bit and it'll fall into place. So right on, we're getting there. Just reassemble now. Okay, now we're just buttoning up things. While you've got the plate off, take a look. Sometimes these hydraulic fittings will loosen up a little bit. So while you have the top or the cover off, let's try to crank them down a little bit, make sure everything is dry and tight. But be sure to firing it up.